Exercise 5 continues our study of the first E string in first position. We will be featuring the notes E, F, G, and the rhythmic values of quarter notes, eighth notes, and the quarter rest. All this in 4/4 time signature at 50 beats per minute. So there's nothing new here, but we will be reviewing everything that we've learned up to this point. Okay, it's time to get to work, and I want you to get out your 9 points. These 9 points are the battle plan for sight reading. By going through these 9 points, you're going to learn how to break down a piece of music, and that's going to help you to make the most out of this sight reading course. Not only for this exercise, but for future sight reading challenges. It works. And so the first point is the term first position. So you should know by now that the first position means the first 4 frets on the guitar. And I want you to begin with point number 2, a hold technique in first position over the little E string. And if you don't know what a hold technique is, then you need to review level 5 at Levels for Guitar. And here I am in first position. I'm hovering fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4 over frets 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the little E string. And by doing this, it's going to help me to keep my eyes on the page and off the guitar. And that way I don't lose my spot on the page. Point number 3, to cut down on wasted motion, make sure that you employ alternate picking. So if you're a flat picker, make sure that you alternate down and up strokes. And if you're a classical or flamenco guitarist, to alternate your index and middle fingers when using rest or free strokes. Point number 4 is all about the count. So you can put away your guitar, get out your music, and I want you to count the rhythms on the page with your voice as you tap counts 1, 2, 3, and 4 with your pencil. We are combining quarter and eighth notes in this exercise, so make sure that when you get to this eighth note here on the and of 2, that you say the word and. Make sure you use the and syllable for that count. And then when you get to the rest, you have the choice of saying the word rest on count 2 or remaining silent for that count. When you get to measure 7 and beyond, if you need to write in the counts over the note values, feel free to do so. So for example, in measure 9, you can put a number 1 over this rest, a number 2 over this quarter note, a number 3 over this rest, a number 4 over the first eighth note of count 4, and then an and syllable over the and of 4. If that helps your reading, then do that. That is not cheating. To demonstrate, I'm going to count measures 1 through 4 with you at 50 beats per minute. After that, you're on your own. Now, if this is too fast, you can always slow me down on the media player. Make sure that you pick a tempo that allows you to look ahead and to articulate the counts clearly. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 3. Point number 5, I want you to say the notes on the page without the guitar. So your focus is on note identification only. And what I would start off doing is avoid memorizing the exercise. So just pick a random note on the page and simply say it. So for example, this is an E. This is a G. This is an F. That's an F. There's another F. There's an E. You're on your own. I want you to read the notes as I highlight them. You can pick notes randomly like I'm doing here, or you can pick every other note. You can try reading the exercise backwards. We're not having to focus on rhythm here. Our main focus is pure note identification. And once you get good at this, you can move on to the next point. Point number 6, I want you to say the notes on the page in rhythm without the guitar. So get out a pencil, and as you say the notes, you're going to tap your pencil to counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now do remember, we are combining quarter notes and eighth notes, so become aware of those note values. When you get to the rest, you can say the word rest or remain silent for that count. I'm going to demonstrate by counting with you in measures 1 through 4, and then you're on your own. I will do this at 50 beats per minute on the metronome. If that's too fast, then you can slow me down on the media player. Ultimately, though, you will need to learn how to use a metronome and set it slow enough so that you can articulate the notes clearly. Okay, I'm going to give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 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 F, F, G, 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 F, E, E, F, E, G, F, E, E. Point number 7, get out your guitar. We are going to say and play the notes at the same time. Our focus is on note identification with the instrument. Now at first you can just choose a note, say it, and then play it. And try to pick random notes across the page so that you don't memorize the exercise. We're not working on memory, we're working on note identification, and this is the best way to do it. Just choose a random note, say it, and play it. And once you get good at that, you can set your metronome at a slow tempo, slow enough so that you can articulate the notes clearly, and so that you can look ahead and play the exercise from start to finish. Now to demonstrate, I'm going to play along with you at 50 beats per minute on the metronome. If this is too fast, you can slow me down on the media player. Remember, we are working with quarter notes, eighth notes, and we have a quarter rest. When you get to the quarter rest, you can either say the word rest or remain silent for that count. And make sure that you stop the string with your fingers or the pick to show that this is active silence for the count. All right, I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 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 F, F, G, 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 F, E, E, F, E, G, F, E, E, G, F, E, F, E, F, G, F, E, E, F, E, G, F, E, F, G, F, E, E, G, F, E, G, F, E, F, E, G, G, F, G, F, G, F, E, G, E, F, E, E, F, E, G, F, G, E, F, G, F, F, E, G, F, G, F, E, F, G, E, G, E, F, E, F, E, F, E, G, F, E, G, F, E, F, E, E, E. Point number 8, I want you to count and play the notes at the same time. So your focus is on counting as you play through the notes. From start to finish, you are going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, no matter what. And that's because of the top number in the time signature. It means that each of these measures get 4 counts. Now when you get to this rest here, you will say count 2. You're showing that this is a quarter rest by stopping the sound on your guitar for that count. And the reason I want you to preserve the count is so that you don't get lost. If you get distracted or you have a memory slip, you can always pick up on the next count. So this is an important skill for your performance. Don't forget about the and syllables on these eighth notes. Now to demonstrate, I'm going to set the metronome for 50 beats per minute, and I'm going to play along with you. If this is too fast, you can always slow me down on the media player. You want to go slow enough so that you can articulate the counts clearly and that you can look ahead. Okay, I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Point number 9, and that's training your eyes to look ahead of the note that you're playing. Expert sight readers can see several notes ahead of what they're performing. Now, I'm not asking you to do that, but at least scan the page for 1 or 2 notes. So for example, in count 3 in measure 5, we have an F note, and it's followed by a quarter rest. So you have all this time to do nothing, or you can use that time to scan ahead to these faster notes right here. So you don't want to get your eyes locked in on this F for counts 3 and 4, only to be shocked by these 2 fast notes in counts 1 and on the and of 1. Go ahead and play this F, and then while you're waiting for these notes to be performed, scan your eyes and pre-rehearse these notes in advance. You already do this when you read a book. If you think about it, you're looking several words ahead of the word that you're reading. That's how you're able to read so fluidly. So in time, you will be able to apply that same skill to your sight reading. And make sure that you go slow enough on the metronome so that you can train that skill and teach yourself to look ahead.